using barium, copper, cobalt, and I'm also using a vanadium. Oh, last one. This is not from Marin, but this one is from Captivate. This one's for selenium. So these are about, I think they're $25, $20 to $25 each. So for 250 mils, these ones are okay because I don't really need to use that much. For instance, this one is manganese chloride tetrahydrate. So you can see how this one, the amount of powder that I was able to acquire of the chloride was a lot. So I was able to make a complete full gallon of this solution, which I don't even need this much, but just because I was only able to find a DIY recipe on Reef to Reef that was for a gallon. I got sodium fluoride here. Went ahead and purchased that. You can find that, I believe I got that off of Amazon, as well as molybdenum. I have that. Zinc chloride, and this was made out of strontium chloride hexahydrate. And that is, so each one of these containers that I got are 1 liter. All right, I'm gonna start here. So I don't know if anybody, if you guys wanna see differences, you can kind of go back and look at my previous video, which is probably more than a month now. So this is my SPS section of the tank. So all this right here. So you can see the growth on this. Gosh, I think it's a pink Cadillac, I think, or it's a Pink Floyd. This guy, oop, why did it do that? Okay, I want that. Oh, geez, why is the phone doing that? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can lock it. Here we go. So there is some good growth on these guys. And you can probably see growth. Look, check out this guy. I forgot what bonsai variety this is. Amongst all the debris floating around in the water, like that guy's doing real good. So you can see some polyp extension on here. It's really good. It's really encrusted. The algae has like really gone way down, which is nice. There's that guy, and then this guy is just tabled out like crazy. Let's see if I can, like you can see him like underneath, down inside. See if I can point my finger here somewhere. In this area, it's already like encrusted all along that rock. This guy here is crusted all along there. The branch sophastria, it's got real thick. I got another head now, popping of this hologram hammer. Of course, it's a little kind of irritated right now because I moved it around. I had to break off some of those. You see those vermidid snails? So I had to like break some of those off, but I got to break some more off. Let's see. What's up, buddy? Got hammer there. I actually had to move the other torch because this hammer here was just really fighting this torch, this guy up here. Let's see if I can get over there. So I actually moved him up there. So you can kind of see how like now there's 2 levels of torches. One of my urchins kind of decided to frag this dragon soul. So I had to mount them before they died. This guy is still growing. He's still there. He is, I mean, he's fluffy. I'm not sure what's happening back here. Let's zoom in, I can see. Okay, so maybe there's some death back there. The polyp extension is really cool. Let me see if I can zoom in here. You can see that that's all FoxFlame polyps. And what happened, here's something. So I was worried that this purple frilly gorgonian was going to kill the FoxFlame, but what's happened, I think the FoxFlame has started killing the gorgonian. So that kind of sucks. This guy is just monstrous now. So that's happening. Like I'm going to really have to do some pruning. I wish I can, all the water surface is really turbulent, but That thing is like, gosh. So if I could zoom out, it's hard to tell my hand in the water. Ugh. Anyways, it's pretty big. My backup power system that I use for the reef is, for this guy, it runs underneath the couch, and 2 phases really. So it has this EcoFlow, I'm trying to remember what version of it is. It's the larger one. So I think there's 4 kilowatts of power right here. So it's being monitored by it's just plugged directly into the AC, and then it goes directly from here to the reef. And then I also have underneath here, behind that picture, a 100 amp hour battery that is just for the vortex. So the vortex will run off of this once this runs out, as well as the Vector. The Vector will run off that 100 amp hour battery as well. And one of the challenges I had when you have a unit like this is that, I don't know why they don't have this, but these units will not notify you if, say, when they switch to battery power, which is what I wanted. And I tried using, like a power outlet, like one of those Amazon or the Casa TP-Link smart switches, but they weren't reliable. Actually, a few times that the power did go out when for whatever reason, I think something tripped the GFCI here. It didn't notify me. So I ended up ditching that. And one that I ended up doing was very inexpensive and it's really good. It's called a particle board. I run it, a monitor is this. So this little guy is just a particle board. It's plugged into the same outlet. I have a 5G antenna here. It runs off a cell network. Doesn't cost anything really. It's only like $5 for a lifetime signal. And then that just uses a push notification, but there's a 900 milliamp battery inside there. So it'll last for several days. And it'll tell me when the power's out on here. It'll send me a text message. And then when the power comes back on, it sends me a text message. And it will check every cycles every 10 seconds or so, which is really cool. So that's what powers, or at least is the backup system for the reef. Everybody's doing good so far. Looking like a proper reef, I think. Okay, so this is the weirdest thing. If you look what's happening, my poor FoxFace has an Asterina starfish on her, literally on her skin. And it was the weirdest thing. I was looking at this, I was like, what the hell, dude? How, first of all, what kind of ninja acrobatics does this Asterina need to do to actually get onto my FoxFace? And I don't know what to do. So here, look what happened. So I went ahead and I just carefully was able to swat the starfish off. But look, it was literally eating something. It took a chunk out of her. If she turns around here, you'll be able to see the wound. So this is about a month ago. But look at this. There's the hole. That's crazy. I can't believe it. Isn't that insane? There's literally a hole there. That Monty is really just going nuts. I don't know if I can get up here. Nope, I can't do that. So that's the tank right now. It's growing in. I think one of the biggest things that I've done really is I'm always on top of my parameters. I've been using, I do dose bacteria, so that keeps my nitrates down and phosphate level in check. I do dose a lanthanum a little bit, so that always keeps phosphate in check as well. I do kalkwasser as well as sodium hydroxide. Trying to think what else I can say. Turbulent water. And of course, the trace elements. Have been doing the trace elements since the last time you guys saw the last video, and I don't know if that's. So here's the issue is that I don't know if it's half of it, the trace elements, the other half is the tank is maturing. I'm not sure about that. So the trace elements are, you know, I'm on top of that as well. I do enjoy dosing them. So that could be having an impact on growth. I do have a CO2 scrubber. So my pH is usually pretty high during the day, so 8.4 and about. So right now I don't have my screens on, so you can see what I'm cleaning. So I'll spray these down with a water hose to kind of keep this clean. Yeah, everything is looking pretty good. I got good sponge growth in there. What else? Oh man, this iPhone camera is the worst. Look at that. What the hell? This guy's doing good. See, there's a little cyano here too. I don't know where my checkerboard ras is. He gets really spooked when I start stuffing the sand out, so he goes into the sand somewhere. Maybe he'll pop out. But man, that guy is a bristletooth monster. He eats bristletooth worms like nuts. So, but I honestly think I'm going to sell him. I think he's way too big for the tank, and I think he's getting a little stressed out. And so I mean, he's longer than my FoxFace now, so I got to really rehome him. So if anybody's in the South Orange County area in California, let me know if you're interested in a 7-inch long checkerboard wrasse. Man, this guy has exploded. I mean, it's a Bali Slimer. I mean, he's really just kind of gone nuts. On this side, a big change was the Nero 7. So my original Nero 7, if anyone follows my reef-to-reef thread, they'll show that the cord connecting to the pump here, top right, was kind of coming apart. And so it was exposing some of the wire. So I had Aqua Illumination. I reached out to them and they actually were able to swap out. So luckily, I think it was still under warranty. I'm not really sure. It felt like it may not have been, or I may have gotten to the very, right at the end of the warranty life of the previous pump. So they had me send back the old one, but they sent me a new one first with a return label. So I was appreciative of that. So just to reiterate, what happened was my Aqua Illumination Nero 7. I don't know if you can see it, but the sleeving, protective sleeve, started disconnecting. It's actually, I have pictures on my blog on the thread, but yeah, so they sent me a new pump because this wire is connected to this pump. It's permanent connection, but they didn't send me a new driver, which is this piece down here. All right, so what I need to do is take this thing apart somehow. So I thought it'd be interesting to record this so I can see how to do it for later, or if I have to do it again. The driver is very small, as you can see, and this connection here looks like it would be the part that needs to come out. And I'm assuming there's these clips that would have to come out. So as I struggle, let me see what I got. I've got this little tool here. Let's go ahead and try to see if we can use that. So I'm going to go ahead and press down in here. Looks like that may have worked. Okay. I wonder if I need to take off this piece, the clip. Oop, okay, that came off. That's the part that actually can mount to the wall. All right, so let's see. Looks like I got some. Clean that out a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and see if we can do the same with these clips. All right, that one felt like it went in. Okay, that one felt like it went in too. Okay, perfect. All right, so that was it. It was just these little clips that you can just push in, and here, right here is the driver connection. All right, just for funds. Okay. So now I just have to take this guy out. It looks like he comes right out. Somehow, if I had tiny Tinkerbell fingers, I'd be able to get that out. And oh yeah, okay. So red is on this far side. A, red. I'll just remember that for the next piece, and then I'll just, how do I get this thing out? Okay, move that. Okay, it doesn't. All right, just looks like I can just twist. All right, so it looks like you twist and slides out. And that is that component. I seem to have the new one right here. And this is it. So this is the new one. Looks like it's the exact same connection. Okay, got the red there. So let me go ahead and set that there. I don't need this little connector. Let me carefully move this over here. Okay. And I'll do the exact same thing. I'll tilt this vertically, I guess. So if it's facing this way, vertically slide it in and then twist to lock it, and then fold this over, not touching and damaging other stuff too much, and slide in. Okay. I'm trying to think where this goes. I think it goes like this. Yeah, because it looks like there's a notch there, so I can hear that click. I didn't hear it click, but I'll press in a little bit. No audible click to me, but it does seem to be holding. I'm gonna go ahead and try to tilt this thing up. Pop it off the magnet if I can. Okay, well, that did not do what I wanted. Let's see if I can make it aim towards. I want it to aim towards the surface a little bit more. It's a little hard with these Nero 7s. They're not. See, now it's just aiming down. All right, don't want it to aim down. Now it's aiming to the side. Yeah, these aren't the very most easy to maneuver. Looks like that's the best I can do. Get close in. Looks like that worked. And then I have a clip back here, and this part just dangles. But there's no tension on this cable, so that's good. All right. There's that fire Monti, or this sort of spliced Monti. Oh, there he is, look at that. So my FoxFace will go ahead and pick the tips of the Bali Slimer. He loves the taste. This tabling, I think it's a blueberry. He's doing really good. Right next to it over here, there's a pink Cyphastria. So there's gonna be some coral warfare going on soon. I'm gonna have to, I mean, you can see it right here. You got these two running into each other, but even that, it's still making this guy grow, the purple stag. Look at that. He's munching on it. Boom. The best thing for that coral, I don't know why. And he only eats the tips. And this is the only coral he does this to. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why he finds it appealing. I noticed that when the coral starts to excrete a lot of its slime, like for instance, if I'm doing a water change or I kind of accidentally bump the coral when I'm pulling some algae out, like he'll go nuts, just start eating up those tips. And the coral just branches out like crazy. Typically my powder blue would just scare him off. He doesn't like them near the coral, so probably they're keeping everything in check. So that's a quick update on the tank. I know it's been a long time since I posted a video before. And it's just a little hard. It's not my thing to do a YouTube video, but it's good to document and kind of seeing growth, progress over time. And I think, yeah,